Welcome to the Stoic Responder Podcast. I'm your host, Christopher Healy. As a special agent who spent more than 15 years conducting large-scale fraud, money laundering, and public corruption investigations, Stoic philosophy provided a mindset edge that became the foundation of my professional success. My mission today is to share those same ancient mindset lessons with you so that you can turn obstacles into opportunities and adversity into advantage. Time to muster up. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Stoic Responder Podcast. This is episode 112. It is meant to be tested. Kind of got into what we're going to be talking about today is kind of what we got into yesterday, kind of what we got into the day before. There's a definite theme this week, and I think that theme is kind of relevant to this time of year. It's about habits. It's about making sure that we're living our philosophy. It's about not letting ourselves get caught up in the anxiety of the future, but focusing on the moment in front of us and perfecting the moment in front of us. And I think all of that is good advice going into the new year. So if you're interested in how the Stoics would approach a new year or resolutions or whatever the case may be, this is a good week for you to kind of take some of those lessons and start applying them right now. Because one thing the Stoics would tell you is that there's no point in waiting until the new year because it's meaningless. Tomorrow is a new day. The next day is a new day. And every day that goes by is a day that is dead to us. It's a day that we cannot complete to perfection. So why wait until a new year? Do it now. As I said, this is episode 112. It is meant to be tested. Let me start you off with a quote from Marcus Aurelius. Constantly, and if it be possible on the occasion of every impression on the soul, apply to it the principles of physics, ethics, and dialectics. All right, so Marcus Aurelius, again, for those who are unaware, everything that we have from him was from the journal that he wrote, that he kept. So these pieces of advice, when we say Marcus Aurelius said, he's not saying that to you. He's not saying that to an audience in ancient Rome. He's saying that to himself in his journal. He's reminding himself, whenever possible, every impression of the soul, try to apply it to real principles, things that you can touch and feel, physics, ethics, dialectics. Try to run it through that sort of framework to make sure that whatever your impression is, whatever you are about to do, that it makes sense, that is in keeping with your philosophy. See, Stoicism, and I've said this before, it's not the type of philosophy that's meant for theoretical debate. It's not meant for discussion in the academic setting. It's not like, some other philosophies that you took in Philosophy 101 that you learned about. It is intended to be practiced in the laboratory of life. This is a philosophy for living, not for discussing, not for the scholastic debate setting. It is for living and doing. And so in order for it to be of practical use to us, it has to be lived and tested every single day. And that is what Marcus Aurelius is saying. He's reminding himself, test your philosophy daily. That's the only way this is practical to you. And if there is a better way, we'll find it. But this right here, if I'm going to live by this philosophy, I must test it every single day. To be true students of Stoicism, we have to do the same. We have to engage in this process continuously. We must reflect and analyze. We must draw upon the insights of physics, which is the study of the natural world. We must draw upon the insights of ethics, which is the study of moral principles and values. And we must draw upon the insights of dialectics, which is the study of logic and reasoning, in order to navigate life's challenges and experiences. That's all that Marcus is doing every single day. He's a student of this philosophy. He's applying it through study of principles and values, the world around him, the natural world, logic and reasoning. Does this make sense? Is this in keeping with my nature? Is this right and good? Is this valuable to myself and others? Constantly asking yourself that of what you are doing is how you test your philosophy. It's how you test how you're living. It's how you give feedback to yourself to make the necessary adjustments when you were getting out of line, when you were passing those guardrails, those ethical, those dialectic, those physical guardrails that are taking us off course. We get back on course and within the lines by testing it daily. In practical terms, Marcus Aurelius' advice, it's encouraging himself, and it encourages us by proxy to approach every experience, every impression, every decision with discernment. That's essentially what he's saying. Let's be mindful and discern things. Let's not be reactionary. In physics, we foster a sense of awe and respect for the universe around us. I would love to go back and take high school physics now, because I think I would appreciate it more now than I did at age 17. But we we foster a sense of awe and respect for the universe around us when we study physics. In ethics, we study the world around us to determine moral compass, right? We need to learn our value structure, and that is why we study ethics. And then with dialectics, that's going to empower us to question our assumptions, to challenge our beliefs, to seek truth with an open and inquiring mind. And that is what Marcus is telling us here. And that is really what Stoicism is, the basis of Stoicism. It's about living philosophy with a practiced virtue. And that is how we achieve an inner happiness, an inner contentedness. That is how we achieve the well-lived life. Every single day, it's easy to get up and just go through life with no operating philosophy. Every single day, it's easy to just get up and go through life and just take it as it comes to you, and to just burn through the calendar and waste one day after another. What Marcus is suggesting to him and to us is to attack life with a critical mind and to live our philosophy. It's not meant for theoretical debate. What we talk about here, it's not meant for discussion in the academic setting. It's the kind of philosophy that is intended to be practiced and lived every single day in the laboratory of life. So we have an opportunity to practice these things, to practice self-discipline, to practice mindfulness, to practice decisiveness, to practice character building, to practice self-improvement every single day, and to filter it through those impressions of the soul, as Marcus calls them, to the principles of physics, ethics, and dialectics every single day. So get out there, folks. Live your lives with valor and filter your life through this philosophy. Practice it every single day. And before you leave, here's your journal prompt. Ask yourself, what have I done today to test my virtue? What have I done today to test my virtue in this laboratory of life? Right? Am I living my life the way that I claim to be living, the way that I want to be living, the way that philosophy dictates that I should? What have I done today to test the theories that I put forth? What have I done today to test my virtue? As I said before you go, if you do want a copy of the book, In Valor, 365 Stoic Meditations for First Responders, and you want it signed and you want it personalized, reach out to me. I can make that happen for you as long as you reach out to me before December 13th. That is Friday, December 13th. Let me know between now and then. We'll figure it out. I can give you an exact price quote once I know where you live and what the shipping is going to look like. But I can't guarantee anything's going to get there before Christmas if you don't reach out to me before the end of this week, December 13th. Otherwise, folks, get out there, live your lives with valor. And until next time, you are out of roll. Thank you for listening. If you enjoyed this episode, please take a moment to subscribe, like, rate, and share this podcast so that we can spread the benefits of Stoicism to other first responders. It will only take you a few moments, but it can help us tremendously. Until next time, out of roll.